What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. About to get on a video run. We're going to go live in about 30-40 minutes, no longer than an hour. We're going to be back with that Real Trill Boxing Talk, and we here with some Real Trill Boxing Talk. You know, I already laced up the Terence Crawford, Jeff Horn breakdown and prediction ahead of time. I got to still do the Mo Hooker taking on Flanagan prediction. I'll break down the film of that tonight, and I think that might be it. I might just throw something together for Morris and Santa Cruz, too. I really don't think anybody cares about that prediction video for the most part, since they already fought, and it's just gonna be a good war this time. But yeah, Terence Crawford got everything to lose and little to gain versus Jeff. Me so horny Horn. You know, this is a high risk, low reward fight for him, and I say high risk because Horn, he's moved up in weight. Horn is physically big. Horn is dirty, and Horn has awkward movement. Not only awkward feints and head movement, he has some awkward foot movement as well. And if Terence Crawford doesn't look immaculate in this fight, you know, if he struggles just one iota, people going to be ready to say, oh, he can't beat Terence Crawford. Oh, he can't beat with Keith Thurman. Oh, he struggled with guys like Jeff Horn. I told you he was a bum. You know, Jeff Horn's a bum. How he struggling with a bum like Jeff Horn? I told you he ain't fought nobody in his resume. So, you know, there's a lot of pressure on Terence Crawford, you know, especially with ESPN player hating on him with their pound-for-pound rankings. And, you know, especially looking at what Lomachenko did with Jorge Linares, how everybody just, you know, salivated over that win, and how he's the backdoor bottom little bitch over there at ESPN. You know, he ain't got no room for error. He got to dominate Jeff Horn just to show them that Manny Pacquiao, you know, was done and finished at that point, and show people what you supposed to do with a guy like Jeff Horn. And, you know, he got to bring serenity to the boxing universe in most people's, you know, opinion, because most people just swear up and down Manny Pacquiao won that fight. And I watched it again today. I thought Jeff Horn won the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for him, for Crawford, it's got to be a perfect performance, man. He can't have no hiccups. I'm not saying that he can't get touched, because in a boxing fight, you always going to get touched up. But he can't have no I'm hurt moments, no I'm staggered, or Jeff Horn can't have too much of a time in there, you know, touching him up or controlling the action. He has to go out there and straight obliterate Jeff Horn. Most people think Jeff Horn is a bottom tier fighter, a fake paper champion, a bum, whatever adjective you want to use to describe somebody supposed to be a sorry fighter. And Crawford said today that the fighting Jeff Horn inside the ring is probably harder than what it looked like on the outside, and I definitely agree. I hold Jeff Horn to some high regards, man. You know, having a late start in boxing, conquering Manny Pacquiao legitimately, in my opinion, it could have went either way, but I thought he won. You know, fighting veteran punchers like Randall Bailey, who got a really big punch that can knock out a horse. You know, Ali Funka, he fought some solid competition, man. So even though some of those guys was older, you know, he got to come and get somebody that's younger, fresher this time around. But, you know, he ain't got shit to lose, man. Everybody already shitting on him, saying he's a bum, saying he's this and that. He just got to come over here and perform. Terence Crawford got the weight of the world on his shoulders. You know, not only just that, but he's competing with his own promotional mate, Lomachenko, for accolades and time on ESPN. You know, his fight is getting pushed on the ESPN app, and, you know, Lomachenko's fighting on ESPN. They say he better than Terence Crawford, and Crawford got something to prove him. Crawford can't trip up or give them a hiccup to really give them leeway to legitimately say, truthfully, that Lomachenko's a better fighter than him. So he got to come out here and give a fabulous performance once again, like he did last August versus Julius Ndongo. And he got to put the cherry on top of this shit, man. He has to dominate Jeff Horn just to get, you know, his true accolades. And it's harder for black American fighters to get their accolades in boxing, because time and time again, they reign supreme on top of the boxing universe most of the time, the majority of the time throughout history, that people just want to see something different, you know. And, you know, Terence Crawford, you got to give him, you know, some of the same bud. He got to, you know, piece up Jeff Horn, you know, beat him down into submission and look great doing it, and not give them any leeway to badmouth him. Like the Lomachenko fight, it wasn't a dominant performance versus Lomachenko. I thought it was close, but now all of a sudden he hurt his shoulder in the fight, which I really don't believe he hurt it in the fight. I really don't, because there was no mentioning of it. It was no talk of it after the fight. It was, you know, they was already gave him a fight date for August 25th. He must have injured that shoulder sometime after the fight. Maybe he injured in the fight, but he already had a fight date. And Bob Arum just canceled like a week ago, and he just had surgery today. So you know your shoulder messed up. You know, right after the fight, you should have told Bob and scrap that day, but he didn't. So there's a couple fishy things in there trying to have Lomachenko save face versus Linares. And all the real dudes know that was a close competitive fight. It was no blowout. And, maybe Linares did hurt his shoulder. He was just too big and physical for Lomachenko. So, I don't know. But it's up to Terence Crawford to put the pressure on ESPN and beat on Jeff Horn so he can continue to stay on Lomachenko's ass in their rankings and not give them any leeway or any excuse not to rank him above Lomachenko. And that's what it is. He's a better fighter than Lomachenko, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, he got to work twice as hard to compete with a foreigner. And like I say, man, that's the problem with these boxing writers associations of America. They quick to hop on the first, European foreign train, but they don't support their own fighters, not first. So, like I said, that's what the YTBC and the LDBC and everybody on this video shit on YouTube and their social media, that's what we here for, to promote fighters like Terence Crawford, to give us his support, his support, and our support, excuse me. We're going to continue to push this real thing, man. And, I think Crawford, is going to have a tough sledding a little bit with Jeff Horn. It's not as easy of a fight as people may think it is, but like I said, it's potentially, this fight probably can go either way, depending on, knowing what the circumstances is with the weight and with the gloves and all types of shit going on, man. So, I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I respect both guys. I like both guys, but, hopefully, Bud Crawford continue to put heat on ESPN and on Lomachenko, and hopefully his own network can give him their support and give him his rightful spot, number one, pound for pound, above Lomachenko, which what it is. That's what it is, man. There's no second thoughts about it, but y'all know what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We gone.